Hello, I'm back with another Copic coloring video. This time I am using Brigitta, who I've masked off with a couple other CC Design stamps, the fall scene and part of the Halloween scene here. And I just thought it would be fun to do a green skin. That could be, it's good for witches as well as aliens too, if you want to be coloring those up. So I am starting with the YG00, and since we got the moon back here, even though technically she would be backlit, we aren't really going to deal with that, so we're kind of fudging things a bit. But since I have the moon on this side of her, we're going to say our light source is from that side too. And so all of our shadows again will be falling on this left hand side of the image. Right now I'm just kind of getting a base layer of this YG00 onto her face. And we'll do her neck, her little hands, and her knees. Okay. Now I'm going to go in with a G20, and this is going to start adding in a little bit more gray tones to the skin. And we're going to start doing those shadows. Heavier on the left side, just to reinforce our light source, our moon over here. Under the neck, on her hands, the knees, and this hand. Now we're going with G40, just getting a little bit darker, a little grayer. And it's just going to give us a nice kind of light toned green skin. Okay. It's a nice little change up for these little witch images, just because with so many of the Halloween ones you're using so much black, so it's good to throw some more color in here. And then our darkest shadow is going to be G82. Just over here. I'm going to spin her around a bit so I have a better pull on the marker. Can't forget under the neck, that's going to cast a really nice shadow down there. The hem of her sleeves casting a shadow, as well as her body on that hand. Got her knees, and then this little hand over here. And now I just work my way back down the grouping, so I'm going to the G40, and I'm just kind of feathering that out. Getting that on there. To the G20. She is looking like quite the little Elphaba, I think. And then the YG00, and this just gives it a nice, the yellow-green hint. It brightens her up a bit, especially with these, you know, the CC Designs, you know, the Greeting Farm's the same. The kind of more little kid, they look like kids. The brighter colors definitely fit that style of character really well. So I like throwing in this yellow-green as the finishing touch after we've added all that gray to the shadows. Alright, just like that, she's done. You could go in with your G40, maybe a little G82, and do some blush on the cheeks, but I'm not going to really worry about that. I like how she looks right there. So now we're going to do her hair real quick. We're going to do it in a darker shade of green, and I'm going to start with the YG25. And I'm just, the hat on her head is definitely going to throw a really deep shadow. But we're still going to follow, you know, the curve of her head, that natural, the way the hair is growing and out of her head and falling. We want to always follow those curves that we're given. Okay, don't forget the little braids on her. Cute little witch Brigitta. Okay. Now I'm going to jump to YG67. This is one of my favorite dark greens. I know it's a yellow green, but I use it a lot. It's just going to give us really nice contrast. We're pretty matchy-matchy with the skin tone right now with just that 25 on there. And these next two colors are what's really going to start separating the hair from the skin tone that we've created. Spin her around real quick and work away from the face so I don't accidentally get any of that dark green on there. And since the light source is on this side, again, this side of her body is going to have a lot more of those darker shadows. Okay. And now to G29 for our very darkest color. And we're going to get right under the brim of that hat all the way across. This is really going to darken it up and make it nice and deep up there. On this side of her head where those braids get really tight, put some G29 in. Get those sides of her braids. Then flip her around and we'll get the bottom of her bangs here. Okay. Now we just work our way back down. So we'll go back to our YG67 and just start flicking that, blending it all together. Darker over here because we don't have as much of that moonlight hitting her. Okay. And we'll finish it off with our YG25. Nice little bit of brightness getting back in there again. Working with these little kid-like images, always nice to have some bright color in there. I'm just a fan of bright colors in general anyway. They just appeal to me, but I think they look really cute on the kid images. Okay, so now once I have that on there, let it dry a little bit. Because then we're going to go in with our darkest again, the G29. And I am just going to use that, the very tip of it again, light flicking motions to just get our darkest strands in there. Get our contrast going, highlights, lowlights. We know the drill by now. Don't need a whole lot. Just want to get them on there. Couple on our braids. Hit underneath that hat again, just so that we got a really well-defined shadow there. There we go. Needed to move my paper a bit, get an easier line. Spin it around and meet those ones at the bottom. Okay. She's looking pretty good. Pretty quick, pretty easy, and it's just a fun, like I said, fun little change up when you're doing some Halloween cards. And the skin will work just as well for aliens as it would a witch, so we're just getting all the little creepy Halloween characters covered, aren't we? Well, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.